Blog Talk Radio.
You don't understand. You don't get it.
People don't understand, man.
I'm a free man, and I don't mean just out of jail. I am
They just don't
free at
understand
last.
Corey Jackson, man. More magic ever. How many more, man? My brother. We gotta get out of stop, man. We gotta get free.
I have
Gotta put a stop to it. We gotta get free, man. Gotta get free. We can't keep doing this shit. This tale is ill, the autobiographic is real, so I share it from deep in my memory film. 1140-35 inscribed on his khaki suit. I set it cross from my brother, trapped in his cell room. Different families around, attempting to heal wounds. Conversation by the hour for dark souls to soothe. But this case is different, it's hella treacherous niggas. Cowards my brother trusted that became his false witness. Picture this, a small town, locale with southern states, and that serves as the framework that outlines the case. The murder took place, victim of another race. She had status and spoke to governors face to face. More fuel for the flames of supremacy and hate that blacks will never escape without God's grace. On the court date, they brought him in shackled, he took the stand. Third black boy being charged for death by one hand. An argument in another state that wouldn't have a chance. But the Commonwealth of Kentucky is a southern land that still got problems with brothers from the motherland. They judge us not by character, but by skin. But in this case, it was one Negro head. They said similar to his in the car when she disappeared. Funny, how many blacks got similar hair? We unlucky. Evidence they use when they argued at trial, but never tested DNA and put it on file. It's all foul and wow. 50 years they gave him. Throughout trial never showed his involvement with the slaying. Just hearsay from inmates and the main suspect.
You don't understand. You don't get it. I'm a free man, and I don't mean just out of jail. I am free at last.
Gotta get free, man. Be more substantial evidence, man. Testimonies from local bums in a segregated city is the evidence they use to convince the jury committee. But really, that's only the second level of injustice. The first level was the lie detector test they shuffled. The main suspect failed too. But detectives lied to the judge to get a warrant through. For who? You guessed it, my brother's name in the loop. The table now set for Southern hospitality soup, and they be cooking black boys by ones and groups. Straight out their youth, they stamp them by stretching the truth. But don't get it twisted, I hate anything that's corrupt. But when the government is guilty, tell me who can you trust? Now 14 of the 50 years, my brother is done, and never had nothing to do with the death of the gun, but was violently prosecuted by a snake with a tongue. No wonder we burn with hatred like the rage of the sun.
Let me ensure that I am through walking on the wild. That's all I've been trying to tell you. I have been sick.
It's the music of Rare Jewels. Right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. And good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you and yours, wherever you are on this worldwide, I mean wide way. You're listening to Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Organization on the Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. Tonight, the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, chapter 4. We will begin momentarily. If you'd like to join in on our show conversation, you can hit us up at 347-205-9279. Press 1 at any time you have a comment or question. And we are experiencing technical difficulties with Blog Talk Radio's chat room. So look like we're going to eliminate it. We'll try to get that back online. Hopefully Blog Talk Radio can have that operating momentarily. But if not, thank you for listening via computer as well as in the archives. We're going to have roll call with the 12 tribes of Israel and we will get underway with chapter 4 of 2nd Esdras of the Apocrypha book.
Shemaya, Sha'ala, Ahaya, Alahaya, Nawa, Ahaya, Akha.
La música de Harry Fry.
We all lost tribes, scattered lost sheep, taught false history, worship the image of the beast. Celebrities got bread, but their souls ain't free. Got bodyguards, but the truth will set you free. Money only divides, poverty is unity. We on welfare lines and our stories is kinda deep. Catch me from the HRA, rep the GOC. They lied to us for decades, the truth will set you free. No RFRDs, I am not a number, I am not a barcode. I don't sleep in a slumber. Famines in the summer, our youth is getting slimmer. Prayer flight is not in the Sabbath nor the winter. Benina and the Pinta when the terrorists came through. Slave troops to God, America says who this was Azareth. Chosen ones was here, ask Esdras. The queen believed Columbus cause he read it in the Israel. Roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. This the Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. This the Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. This the Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. I know that poverty works and tribulation. I know that poverty works and tribulation. Hey yo, back to the scripts. Hosea 4 and 6, same ones on the strip rolling 456. If they knew who they was, rather who they is, they would stop shedding blood. And stick to the scripts. Tribe Nephtali, Filipinos in Hawaii, the Samoans, Pacific Islanders, crown them. Aboriquas, stay from the tribe of Ephraim. Dominicans, Kelokan, tribe of Simeon. West Indians from Benjamin. Aborigines, Somali Indians, their nativity tribe is Reuben. South Americans, Asher. Mexicans, Issachar. Cuban, Manasseh. Cigar capital. Central American tribe is Zebulon. Guatemala to Panama. Most High got a plan for ya. Haitians is Levi, the chief priest. Kingdom come, y'all gon' be so fresh and so clean. No Andre 3G, but Andre 3G, tribe Judah. Your Negroes like Christ the King. No Andre 3G, but Andre 3G, tribe Judah. Your Negroes like Christ the King. Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. This the Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes. This the Israel roll call, flow to Shafar. Calling all tribes. Calling all tribes, this the Israel roll call, blow the shofar. Calling all tribes, calling all tribes.
Welcome back to Let's Talk right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network, right here at blogtalkradio.com. You're listening to Let's Talk. We're getting ready to begin with chapter 4 of the Apocrypha 2nd Esdras, right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Hopefully you will stay tuned with us regardless if we have the chat room open or not. We will be here and get ready to go ahead and do this. I want to thank my lovely wife for bringing me a snack this late, and hopefully I will chow down on them when we have our music break. But right now we will get underway with chapter 4, verse 1. Then the angel that had been sent to me, whose name was Uriah, answered, verse 2, and said to me, your understanding has utterly failed regarding this world, and do you think you can comprehend the ways of the Most High? Verse 3, then I said, yes, my Lord. And he replied to me, I have been sent to show 3 ways and to put before you 3 problems. Verse 4, if you can solve one of them for me, I also will show you the way you desire to see, and will teach you why the heart is evil. Verse 5, I said, speak, O my Lord. And he said to me, go weigh for me the weight of fire, or measure for me a measure of wind, or call back for me the day that is past. Verse 6, I answered and said, who of those that have been born can do this? Then you ask me concerning these things. Verse 7, I had asked you how many dwellings are in the heart of the sea, or how many streams are at the source of the deep, or how many streams are above the firmament, or which are the exits of hell, or which are the entrance of paradise. Verse 8, perhaps you would have said to me, I never went down to the deep, nor as yet into hell, ever ascend in heaven. Verse 9, but now I have asked you only about fire and wind, and the day things through which you have passed, and without cannot exist, and you have given me no answer about them. Verse 10, and he said to me, you cannot understand the things with which you have grown up. Verse 11, how then can your mind comprehend the way of the Most High? And how can one who is already worn out by the corrupt world understand incorruption? When I heard this, I fell on my face. 12, and said to him, it would be better for us not to be here than to come here and live in ungodliness, and to suffer and not understand why. 13, he answered me and said, I went into a forest of trees they were made a plain, and verse 14, and said, come, let us and make war against the sea, that it may recede before us, and that we may make ourselves more forests. And in like manner the waves of the sea also made a plain, and said, come, let us go up and subdue the forest of the plain, so that there also we may gain more territory for ourselves. 16, but the plan of the forest was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. 17, likewise also the plan of the waves of the sea, for the sand stood firm and stopped them. Verse 18, if not you were a judge between them, which would you undertake to justify, and which to condemn? And said, each has made a foolish plan, for the land is assigned to the forest, and to the sea is assigned a place to carry its waves. 20, he answered me and said, you have judged rightly, and why have you not judged so in your own case? Verse 21, for as the land is assigned to the forest, and the sea to its waves, so also those who dwell upon the earth can understand only what is on the earth, and he who is above the heavens can understand what is above the height of the heavens. 22, then I answered and said, I beseech you, my Lord, why have I been endowed with the power of understanding? Verse 23, for I did not wish to inquire about the ways above, but about those things which daily experience, why Israel has been given over to the Gentiles as a reproach, why the people whom you love has been given over to godless tribes, and the law of our fathers has been made of no effect, and the written covenants no longer exist. Verse 24, and while we pass from the world like locusts, and our life is like a mist, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy. Verse 25, but what will he do for his name, by which we are called? It is about these things that I have asked. 26, he answered me and said, if you are alive, you will see, and if you live long, you will often marvel, because the age is hastening swiftly to its end. Verse 27, for it will not be able to bring the things that have been promised to the righteous in their appointed times, because this age is full of sadness and infirmities. Verse 28, for the evil about which you asked me has been sworn, but the harvest of it has not yet come. Verse 29, if therefore that which has been sworn is not reaped, and if the place where the evil has been sworn does not pass away, the field where the good has been sworn will not come. Verse 30, for a grain of evil seed was sown in Adam's heart from the beginning, and how much ungodliness it produced until now, and will produce until the time of threshing come. Verse 31, consider now for yourself how much fruit of ungodliness a grain of evil seed has produced. 32, when heads of grain without number are sworn, how great a threshing floor they will fill. Then I asked and answered, how long and when will these things be? Why are our years few and evil? And we'll get back to verse 34, and we'll be right back.
When I say Hebrews, I mean myself. Praying, cause I can't redeem myself. Okay. They say the Bible man-made, so they don't need it in their life. But if they balls say jump, they would take flight. Your life and the way you go about it ain't right, you ain't tight. They don't think Christ came in the first place, so to return, they don't think twice. This word is not of own interpretation. 2 Peter 1:20, as you need it blatant. My people can't love cause they used to hating. They can't give anything cause they used to taking. They screaming where he at cause they sick of waiting. But when your check in the mail, you just sit patient, wait and tell your boss man to pay you before payday. So Christ ain't gonna come just cause you screaming Mayday. You ain't even doing what you really supposed to. So when he do return, he ain't coming back for you. He might ignore you cause he never known you. If you think this man-made, then you hell-bound. A fool says no God. If you think this man-made, then you hell-bound. Psalms 14:1. If you think this man-made, then you hell-bound. Psalms 14:1, a fool says no God. All I see is food and power and they rule. Treat us like a tool, toss aside never to be used in a shed where we bled. Atheist church, I call it Satan church instead. That's the devil trick that make you think he don't exist. We ain't living rich, we got the curse and not the gift. But the fall made us stronger. I pray we find a better way to grow. But there's only a little ways to go. Overall, Israel did good. Living in tribulation, no other nation could. So you would be a fool to say there's no God. I pray you do not choose the wrong side. My path narrow, yours wide. My eyes wide open, yours blind. So I'ma keep it rocking till the end come. And then some.
It's the music of John Boy from the Redemption CD. Welcome back right here to Let's Talk on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Looks like we are experiencing some technical difficulties. We're going to finish this chapter and call it a night, and we'll be back on Tuesday night to go into chapter 5 of Second Esdras, and we're going to get into chapter 5. Okay, now we're in chapter 4, verse 34. He answered me and said, you do not hasten fast than the Most High, for your haste is for yourself, but the higher hasting on behalf of many. 35. Did not the soul of the righteous in their chambers ask about these matters? How long are we to remain here? And when will come the harvest of our reward? 36. And Jeremiah the archangel answered them and said, when the number of those like yourself is complete, for he has weighed the age in the balance. 37. And measured the times by measure, and numbered the times by number. And he will not move or arouse them until that measure is fulfilled. 38. Then I answered and said, O sovereign Lord, but all of us also are full of ungodliness. Verse 39. And it is perhaps on account of us that the time of threshing is delayed for the righteous on account of the sins of those who dwell on earth. Verse 40. He answered me and said, go and ask a woman who is with child if when her 9 months have been complete, her womb can keep the child within her any longer. Verse 41. And I said, no, Lord, it cannot. And he said to me, in Hades, the chambers of the souls are like the wombs. Verse 42. For just as a woman who is in travail makes haste to escape the pangs of birth, so also do these places hasten to give back those things that were committed to them from the beginning. 43. Then the things that you desire to see will be disclosed to you. 44. I answered and said, if I have found in your sight, and if possible, it is possible, and if I am worthy. 45. Show me this also, whether more time to come than has passed, or whether for us the greater part has gone by. Verse 46. For I know what has gone by, but I do not know what is to come. Verse 47. And he said to me, stand at my right side, and I will show you the interpretations of a parable. 48. So I stood and looked, and behold, a flaming furnace passed by before me. And when the flame had gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained. Verse 49. And after this, a cloud full of water passed before me, and poured down a heavy and violent rain. And when the rainstorm had passed, drops remained in the clouds. Verse 50, and he said to me, consider it for yourself, for as the rain is more than the drops, and the fire is greater than the smoke, so the quantity that passed was far greater, but drops and smoke remain. Then I prayed and said, do you think that I shall live until those days, or who will be alive in those days? 52, our final verse. He answered me and said, concerning the signs about which you asked me, I can tell you in part, but I was not sent to tell you concerning your life, for I do not know. Okay, when we come back on Tuesday, we will go into chapter 5, and we will finish up and we'll elaborate a little more next week on Tuesday of chapter 4, as well as elaborate a little bit more on chapter 5. So until next time, don't forget to join us on Saturday night. Remember, there's no programs we have right here on Friday Night Sabbath. I encourage you all to go to the Gathering of Christ Church, where they have Friday Night Sabbath program on their Blog Talk website, and join us again on Saturday night for Saturday Night Gospel Jam right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. Remember, our email address is menempoweredtoprosper@yahoo.com. You can also follow along with us right here on Twitter, and that's menempowered@twitter.com. And we are on Instagram as menempowered2 at Instagram.com. And yours truly, Malachi, you can find me right there on Facebook. And if you know my government name, you have found me. So until next time, this is Brother Malachi. Shalom.
Day and night, I got angels in flight watching over me. I want you to see they got my back when the devil attacks. When he raises his head, they cut no slack. Whatever I need, I can pray it. Wait for my God to come along and okay it. If I want to get my praise on, I'll play it. Sit back, enjoy these tracks. I'm about to blow. Here we go.